You're right lads, this is the Geordie Jedi doing my next review. I have chosen Arsenal. I did Aston Villa first because Arsenal, as some of you may have known, have won the FA Cup. I have to put in my review, so I had to wait. Arsenal FC, they've had a pretty good season. Started off brilliantly. About October, November-ish, they lost Walcott. But even then, even after that, they put in good performances. You know, they were winning regularly, they were top of the league. They had a bit of a gap to the second place team. They're going brilliantly till the end of December. Then, in January, they lost Ramsey. Now Ramsey is a player I love. He's a brilliant player, he's young. I'd love him at Newcastle, and if we could get him, but we can't. He'd cost the earth to do it. So, they lose him. Now, they lost him probably during the January transfer window. So they brought in Flamini and some Swedish guy on loan who was crap. He didn't play at all. And when he did play, he didn't play well. He was terrible. Now, after that, things began to go down. Main reason for this was because there were always heavy defeats against the bigger clubs, against Man City, against Chelsea, that kind of thing. If you're going to win the league, you have to be beating the top teams. You certainly have to draw at least. You have to take away points from them that they might have gotten. It's the only way you can do it. You can't lose points to the big teams if you want to win the league. But they did it. They ended up 4th. Now, for me, if Newcastle made it to 4th, I'd be thrilled. You know, that'd be perfect. Now Arsenal, because they've been doing it year after year, they have a bit of reason to complain. They could have won the league. They didn't, they got 4th. Now, for me, I'd be even more thrilled about winning the Champions League, the fact that we didn't spend any money. Arsenal, on the other hand, spent 40 million on Mesut Ozil. Now he's a good player. I quite like him, he's a decent player, but he didn't really do much this season. I mean, he had now and again glimpses of brilliance, but if you're going to spend 40 million on a player, just like Chelsea did with Torres, they need to excel. They need to be brilliant. They need to make Team of the Year. They need to be up for Player of the Year, both as in Premier League and the Ballon d'Or. If they could get a player like that, they would have won the league. If he'd have played as a 40 million player, they would have won the league. But spoilt it. Things go wrong. Shame. End of the season, they finished 4th. Personally, I'd be relatively happy with that, considering things really did not go their way. So, you know, to keep the record of, you know, Champions League football every year under Wenger, good. Then, FA Cup. Now they got through to the final. They beat Wigan, who were the holders, and of course Wigan beat Man City. So to beat Wigan is a large achievement, certainly larger than it sounds. And FA Cup final against Hull. Hull go 2-0 up. Arsenal bring it back in extra time to 3-2. It'd been 9 years since Arsenal won a trophy. So this season is an incredibly successful season for them, just to end the stigma of not winning a trophy in 9 years. You know, this is probably Arsenal's classed as one of the top clubs in Europe still, even though they haven't been pushing the Champions League far in recent years. They're still classed as one of the biggest clubs in Europe. So to end that stigma is a real accomplishment. You know, so clubs can just get in cup ruts. They can, you know, win a cup one year and then not win them again and again, and it's just the stigma. It's the reputation that stops them winning from any more cups, rather than the players not being good enough. It happens. It's a shame. They broke it. They did well. They played well. Good on them. For next year, best thing they could do: invest in a striker. They desperately need a striker, someone like Benzema, someone who'll score 20 plus goals. They desperately need a striker. Defence could do with a little bit of work, especially seeing as Bakary Sagna's leaving and they don't have any particularly good right back. Debussy's been mentioned a couple of times, but I doubt it. They could get someone a bit better. Dani Alves is somewhat looking to leave Barcelona. He'd be a good choice. He's a bit old, but he's still very, very good player. Midfield, they could do. They've got Ramsey back now. They could probably do, for me, with a left midfielder. Podolski's more of a striker, left winger at least. You don't want to be playing him in left midfield. He doesn't deserve to be in that kind of position. He's too good at shot. He's too powerful. He should be a second striker behind Giroud in the left midfielder, but they don't have a left midfielder, which is why this had to be. Anyways, overall, brilliant season. They won a cup. Had, fourth is absolutely nothing to complain about. It's brilliant. They get the Champions League money to spend. Everything about it. Could have won the Premier League. That's a bit of a shame, but as always, next season. It's been the Geordie Jedi. Leave a like if you want. Subscribe if you want. May the Force be with you.